Find your lucky numbers and transform your life.
Alright, let's get real for a second. Have you ever had a number that just follows you? Like, no matter where you go, it pops up on receipts, license plates, hotel room numbers, or even the time on the clock. You're not crazy. And no, the universe isn't playing some weird practical joke on you. There's actually something much deeper at work here. Think about it. What if those numbers weren't random at all? What if they were little cosmic breadcrumbs, leading you towards something bigger? Maybe even a hidden message about your path in life. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, "Okay, but this sounds like horoscope level stuff," hear me out. Numbers have energy. They hold meaning. And in Buddhist philosophy, they aren't just arbitrary symbols. We're talking about actual frequencies that align with karma, balance, and spiritual growth. Let's take a quick test. Do you have a lucky number? Or maybe a number you've always avoided? Ever wondered why that is? What if I told you that the digits in your birth year, your age, or even the numbers you naturally gravitate toward could reveal something about your life's journey? Crazy, right? But stay with me. In this deep dive, we're going to break down the hidden power of numbers, what they mean in Buddhist teachings, how they connect to your personal energy, and most importantly, how you can discover your own lucky numbers using an ancient wisdom-based method. And no, this isn't about superstition or lucky charms. It's about understanding the vibrational patterns that shape your life and learning how to work with them instead of against them. Here's what I want to know from you. Have you ever had a number that keeps appearing in your life? Do you believe in lucky numbers? Or are you skeptical? What's one number you've always felt drawn to? Drop your answers in the comments because I have a feeling some of you have stories that will blow our minds. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one. Let's unlock the mystery together. Rocket, understanding the vibrational energy of numbers. Alright, let's get into the wild world of numbers, because trust me, they're way more than just digits on a screen. In Buddhist philosophy, everything is connected, including the numbers that keep popping up in your life. Think of them like the Wi-Fi signals of the universe, constantly transmitting energy. Whether you realize it or not, every number carries a specific vibrational frequency, almost like a personal ringtone from the cosmos. Some numbers harmonize with your energy, pulling you into alignment, while others feel like that one off-key note in a song that just doesn't sit right. And here's where things get interesting. Numbers aren't just random. They interact with your karma, balance, and spiritual path, shaping the way your life unfolds. Imagine numbers as little cosmic nudges. Ever notice how certain numbers appear when you're making a big decision? Or how some dates just feel luckier than others? That's not just in your head. In Buddhism, numbers are like sacred mantras, except instead of chanting them, you live them. They represent your past actions, your present energy, and even your future possibilities. So, what does this mean for you? It means that those numbers showing up in your life might actually be guiding you. Maybe they're signaling a karmic lesson, a shift in energy, or even a sign that you're on the right path. And if you think that sounds crazy, good. Because the moment you start paying attention to these patterns, you might just realize they've been trying to tell you something all along. Now, the real question is, are you ready to listen? The role of numbers in Buddhist tradition. So, if numbers really do hold meaning, Then what's the deal with certain ones showing up more often than others? Well, in Buddhist tradition, numbers aren't just random, they're loaded with wisdom, guiding principles, and let's be honest, a little bit of cosmic sass. Take 1, for example, the number of ultimate unity. It's like the universe's way of saying, hey, everything is connected, stop overthinking. Then there's 2, the great cosmic balancing act, yin and yang, suffering and enlightenment, your decision to either hit the snooze button or actually wake up on time. 3, that's the triple gem, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, basically, the spiritual power trio. Think of it as the ultimate group chat, where enlightenment is always the topic. 4, the 4 noble truths. Life has suffering, suffering has a cause, but hey, there's a way out, and just like that, Buddhism gives you a roadmap to inner peace. Now, 5 is all about moral discipline, the 5 precepts. You know, the basic rules of don't be a terrible human. Meanwhile, 7 is where things get mystical. Spiritual awakening, divine wisdom, and lucky vibes all rolled into one. If numbers had an aura, 7 would probably glow. And of course, 8 represents the Noble Eightfold Path, the ultimate step-by-step guide to breaking free from the cycle of suffering. But here's the real kicker, these numbers don't just exist in some ancient scroll. They show up in your life all the time. They shape the way you make choices, influence the energy around you, and, if you're paying attention, might even help you figure out what's next. Coincidence? Maybe, but the universe rarely just throws numbers at you for no reason. Discovering your lucky numbers using Buddhist principles. Step 1. Aligning with your birth year. Alright, so now that we know numbers aren't just random, let's talk about your numbers. Specifically, your lucky numbers. And no, this isn't about picking digits for the lottery, though hey, if you win, remember who sent you. This is about aligning with the energy that's been woven into your life since day one. First things first, your birth year. Think of it as your cosmic signature, the energetic imprint that kicked off your journey in this lifetime. But here's where things get a little weird, in a good way. According to Buddhist principles, writing your birth year twice creates a balance between your past and future. It's like telling the universe, yep, I acknowledge my karma, and I'm ready to work with it. Let's try it out. Say you were born in 1985. You'd write 1985, space, 1985. Boom. Just like that. You've symbolically aligned yourself with your own karmic cycle. Sounds simple, right? But don't underestimate the power of this tiny exercise. It's like when you see your name written in a fancy font, it just hits different. Doing this helps you connect with the deeper energy that's been shaping your path since birth. And if you're skeptical, just think about it. Have you ever noticed how certain years feel like turning points in your life? That's because time isn't just moving forward. It's looping, cycling, bringing old lessons back until you finally get the hint. This little birth year trick, it's a way to tune into that rhythm. And trust me, once you start recognizing the patterns, things are going to get real interesting. Step 2. Recognizing positive and negative energies. Alright. So now that you've got your birth year written down twice like some kind of secret code from the universe, it's time to decode it. And no, this isn't some high-level numerology course where you need a calculator and a PhD in metaphysics. This is simple. Balance. Underneath your birth year, draw A plus and A. Why? Because life isn't just sunshine and free coffee refills. There's always a push and pull, good karma and, well, learning experiences, aka the moments that make you question all your past choices. Think of it like this. Every number in your life carries both positive and negative energy. It's not just about what brings you luck, it's also about what challenges you, pushes you, and sometimes totally throws you off balance. Buddhism is big on duality, light and dark, suffering and enlightenment. That feeling when you finally get your life together, only to immediately trip over your own feet. This little plus or minus trick. It helps you recognize that your personal numbers aren't just about fortune cookies and good vibes. They're a mirror reflecting your highs and lows, your wins and your oops moments. It's not about avoiding the bad, it's about embracing both sides of the coin. Because guess what? The universe doesn't play favorites. It just balances the scales. And now that you've got your own personal equation going, things are about to get very interesting. Step 3. Organizing your personal energy signature. Now that you've got your birth year and the plus or minus energy balance laid out, it's time to make it official, like signing a cosmic contract with the universe. Except instead of fancy ink, we're using lines. Yes, really, draw clear dividers between each section. Think of it like organizing your life's energy into neat little compartments. Because let's be honest, chaos is fun in theory. But when it comes to your personal energy signature, structure is your best friend. This step isn't just about making things look pretty. It's about setting boundaries, and not just the kind you need with toxic exes. These lines create a framework that keeps your calculations aligned and your focus sharp. Imagine trying to build a house without a blueprint. Exactly. It wouldn't end well. By doing this, you're not just doodling random lines, you're reinforcing mindfulness and intention in the process. You're telling the universe, all right, I see what you're doing, and I'm ready to work with it. And trust me, once your numbers are neatly structured, you'll start noticing patterns that might just blow your mind. Step 4. Harnessing your current age. Now that you've structured your birth year and balanced your energy signature, it's time to bring in the present moment, aka, your current age. Because let's be real, who you are right now is just as important as where you started. Here's where things get interesting. Write down your current age 4 times, breaking each digit apart. Why? Because repetition reinforces awareness, and separating the numbers forces you to slow down and actually process what they represent. So, if you're 39, you'd write it like this: 39, 39, 39, 39. Looks a little strange, right? But there's a reason for it. This isn't just busy work, it's a methodical way to reflect on where you are in life. Buddhism emphasizes self-awareness, and this little exercise forces you to stop, breathe, and actually see your journey in numerical form. Now, let's crunch some numbers. First, add the digits of your age together. Then, take the smaller number and subtract it from the larger. No, this isn't a math test. And yes, I promise there's a point to this. Let's break it down. 3 plus 9 equals 12. 3 minus 9 equals minus 6. That's right, your age isn't just a number. It's an equation that reflects your growth, addition, and challenges, subtraction. Think about it, every year you get older. You gain experiences, wisdom, maybe a few regrets. Let's not talk about that one phase you went through. But at the same time, every year also presents new struggles, lessons, and those, welp, didn't see that coming, moments. This calculation is like a reality check from the universe. The sum of your digits represents what you've accumulated, skills, wisdom, life lessons. The difference between them, that's the push and pull of life. The setbacks, the moments that tested your patience, and possibly your sanity. The goal isn't to erase the challenges, it's to recognize them and use them to grow. And here's the kicker, once you start seeing these patterns, you'll realize numbers aren't just static figures. They move with you, they evolve. Your age isn't just something that increases every birthday. It's a constantly shifting reflection of your spiritual and personal journey. So, go ahead, write it down, do the math, and take a moment to actually feel what these numbers are saying about your life. Because trust me, once you start looking at numbers this way, you'll never see them the same again. Step 5, the power of 7. Alright, now that you've done the math, let's bring in the magic number, lucky 7. And no, not because it's just a lucky number in pop culture. In Buddhist philosophy, 7 represents enlightenment, awakening, and deep spiritual balance. Basically, it's the universe's way of fine-tuning your personal frequency. So here's what you do. Take the result from your last calculation, the one where you added and subtracted your birth digits, and now apply the rule of 7. If your number was positive, add 7. If it was negative, subtract 7. Simple, right? But don't let that simplicity fool you. This tiny adjustment is like hitting the spiritual reset button for your energy. Think of it like this. Life is a weird, unpredictable playlist. Sometimes you get smooth, chill vibes, and other times it feels like someone accidentally shuffled in chaos. The number 7 acts as the auto-tune, bringing everything back into balance. It smooths out the extremes, aligns your number with the natural rhythm of the universe, and ensures that whatever calculations you've done so far aren't just random digits, but actually connected to something bigger. And if you're sitting there wondering, okay, but why 7? Let me hit you with some facts. 7 chakras, 7 days of the week, 7 factors of awakening in Buddhism. Coincidence? Not a chance. This number has been baked into the fabric of existence for as long as we've been trying to figure out, well, everything. So go ahead, apply the 7 rule and see what number you land on. It's not just math, it's universal alignment in action. Step 6. Unveiling your lucky numbers. Once calculations are complete, you will arrive at specific numbers that resonate with your life's energy. These numbers are not arbitrary. They are reflections of your karmic journey and personal vibrational frequency. How to use your lucky numbers in daily life. Alright, so now that you've got your lucky number, it's time to actually use it, because what's the point of unlocking cosmic secrets if you're not going to apply them? Right, these numbers aren't just for fun. They're like little energetic cheat codes to help you navigate life with a bit more clarity, and hopefully, fewer questionable decisions. Let's start with big decisions. You know, the ones that could change your life or, at the very least, keep you from making a regrettable financial move. Use your number to pick important dates, whether it's launching a new project, signing a contract, or even choosing your wedding day. No pressure. But hey, might as well stack the odds in your favor. And if you're into investments, aligning your number with key financial choices might just bring in some unexpected fortune. Oh, And let's not forget the little things: phone numbers, addresses, passwords, subtle ways to keep your lucky energy woven into your daily life. Now, if you're thinking, okay, but how do I actually connect with my number beyond just looking at it? That's where meditation and mindfulness come in. Think of your number as your personal frequency. When you meditate, focus on it, visualize it, chant it, write it down. It's like fine-tuning your energy to match the universe's flow, helping you become more aligned with your purpose. And if that sounds too abstract, just remember, monks have been doing this kind of thing for centuries. And they seem to have life figured out. And let's talk about manifestation. Because whether you believe in the law of attraction or not, the truth is, what you focus on expands. By consciously working with your number, you're reinforcing its energy in your subconscious, which means you're more likely to attract opportunities, synchronicities, and even just those right place, right time moments. It's not magic, it's just how energy works. But perhaps the most underrated part of all this: self-growth. Knowing your lucky number isn't just about external success, it's about understanding you, your strengths, your challenges, the patterns in your life that keep repeating until you finally get the lesson. Because, let's be real, we all have those. When you start seeing your number show up in meaningful ways, it's like getting a cosmic nudge. Hey, pay attention. This moment matters. So, go ahead, integrate your number into your life. Play with it, see where it leads you. Worst case scenario, you become more mindful of your choices. Best case, you unlock a whole new level of alignment, clarity, and success. Either way, it's worth the experiment, don't you think? The connection between Buddhist teachings and numerology. Many people mistake numerology for superstition. But in reality, it is closely linked to Buddhist teachings on karma and mindfulness. The numbers you uncover reflect your life's journey, your karmic lessons, and your path toward enlightenment. By embracing this knowledge, you cultivate greater self-awareness and alignment with the natural flow of existence. Conclusion: embrace the wisdom of numbers. Alright, let's be real, at this point, you're probably looking at numbers in a completely different way. They're not just random digits anymore, are they? They're clues, energy signatures, little cosmic winks guiding you toward something bigger. Whether it's aligning your decisions, helping you tune into your intuition, or just making you feel a little more connected to the universe. These numbers have power, if you choose to pay attention to them. Think about it: how many times have you ignored a gut feeling, only to realize later that the signs were there all along? What if your numbers have been trying to tell you something this whole time? Maybe they've been nudging you toward the right opportunities, warning you about missteps, or simply reminding you that you're exactly where you need to be. The real question is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Because here's the thing, understanding your lucky number isn't about waiting for miracles. It's about actively working with your energy, fine-tuning your choices, and stepping into alignment with the flow of your life. The universe has given you the map, now it's up to you to follow it. So, tell me, what's your number? Have you noticed any patterns? Do certain numbers seem to follow you everywhere? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Because I have a feeling some of you have wild stories about numbers showing up in ways you never expected. Let's talk about it, because once you start seeing the connections, trust me, you'll never unsee them.